Ball plays the body and gets in the way. Maple Leafs come back now 2-on-1. This is Sittler on the left wing, goes to Williams. Williams shot, and it goes wide on the short side. Tiger Williams, 22, setting up, 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Feeds back to Sittler, 27. Sittler now being chased by Hart. He holds, goes back to the point. Ian Turnbull through a partial screen high drive. It's deflected in front. Nobody didn't see it. Now Turnbull again will wind up. He shoots. Dropped at the defense by Jerry Hart.
Big break for the Islanders. They were very fortunate there. They looked like they had a good break, then they were caught in a 2-on-1. Potvin out of the box.
All even, 5 aside in front of our goaltenders. Puck moves to center on the Islander right wing. Collecting there at the line is Jerry Hart. Number 2 trying to headman in front to Trottier. Too far a pass. Maple Leafs now trying to break out. They poke it back in. Denny Potvin just out of the penalty box. Feeds up to Captain Clark Gillies. Looks like he wants to ice it along the boards. He does, along with Trottier to force the faceoff. Game coming to you from the Nassau Coliseum. 17:24 remaining. No score, Islanders and Toronto.
Big Clark Gillies, the Islander captain. He hasn't had his real turn yet. Frank, it was very interesting on that power play. Lorne Henning did an excellent job of corralling that puck behind the Leaf net, and then all of a sudden the Leafs busted out in a 2-on-1 break, and they nearly had the first goal of the game.
Trottier, Bossy, and Gillies out there now. Stephen Pearson on defense with Denny Potvin. Clark Gillies trying to get a handle on it behind the net. This is Jones now. Feeds it up ahead to Thompson. Thompson on the left wing takes the drive from 65 wide of the short side, and it gets caught up in the meshing. And we'll have a face-off. And it should come outside the New York Islander blue line. It will. In the NHL tonight, Philadelphia at Boston. Very important game for Philadelphia and for the New York Islanders. Colorado at Washington, Minnesota at St. Louis. Cleveland will be out on the West Coast against Los Angeles. Brian Trottier with 100 points. 2 points ahead of Guy Lafleur.
Frank, it's interesting, the Leafs using the Ron Ellis line against the Big Islander line. Ellis going up against Gillies.
Denny Potvin loses an edge in his own zone and kind of covered up on the puck and forced the faceoff just inside the New York Islander blue line. Jones at center, working with Tiger Williams on the left wing for Toronto. On the right side, as Stan mentioned, Ron Ellis. A look at Al Arbour there behind the Islander bench. Appears to be another full house here at the Coliseum. Finally, Trottier skates it out of a pack to Potvin, and a one-off Trottier skate deep in the zone. Pearson, number 7, the Swede, the rookie. Working on the left wing boards. Denny Potvin, long pass intended for Bossy, intercepted by Williams. He clears in. 16:30 remaining in the first period. Still no score here at the Nassau Coliseum. Denny Potvin now. Checked closely by Jones, number 16. Borja Salmon gets a stick on it. And finally, Maple Leafs will try and come out as they move to center ice on the right wing. Borja Salmon, defenseman, trying to put the move on Gillies. He does, but he's spilled on the play. Denny Potvin for the Islanders will take over. The forechecker for Toronto, Jimmy Jones, number 16, right in front of Glenn Resch. Crowd getting a little restless. Long pass off the stick of Trottier. It rolls in on Palmatier, cutting him with a save. Ellis can't control it. Comes back to Hart at the center ice zone. Two-line pass offside as Gillies made the touch. The pass that originated from behind the New York blue line.
Frank, what the Leafs are trying to do is slow down Brian Trottier, and the guy who's been assigned the task is number 22, Tiger Williams. He's been charging at Trottier. By the same token, Clark Gillies has been running at Borja Salmon. He messed him up a little bit on the right side. No penalty call. It could have been 2 minutes for tripping against Gillies.
Jude Druin, Bobby Nystrom, and Bobby Bourne, the front line for the New York Islanders. On defense, Pat Price and Jerry Hart. Stan Weir will take the draw against Jude Druin, number 14. And he works with Jerry Butler, number 17, on the right side. Ferguson. Check that. Pat Boutet on the left wing for Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto controls. This is another Swede, Johansson, number 4, shooting in for Toronto. Pat Price. Tries to feather a pass over to Jude Druin. It's behind him, but it comes back to him at center ice. He clears in cross ice in the left wing corner. Bourne is held up partially. No call on the play. Puck goes to the turn of the boards, and Bourne just can't get a stick flush on the ice. Hart keeps it in. Try to feed it through on the wing. Some body contact there by Toronto. And the rubber comes to Jerry Hart, who goes cross ice into the Toronto zone.
Joey Butler doing a number on Bob Bourne.
Bourne, heavy body work right there on Boutet. This is Hart, number 2. Hart up to Nystrom on the right wing. He will clear in. Palmatier stops behind the net. Johansson takes a crunch from Bobby Nystrom. And finally, Jones has to clear. Toronto will clear much of the evening. That's their style of play. The icing call against Toronto. Game coming from the Nassau Coliseum. We've got 14:43 remaining. First period, no score. New York and Toronto. Face-off will be on the New York Islander left wing to the right side of Toronto goalie Mike Palmatier. There's Pat Price and Jude Druin talking things over on the New York bench.
You can pick out a spot just to the right behind the net where Bob Nystrom nails more opponents than any other spot in the rink. And
what a crunch.
When he's hitting, the Islanders are usually winning.
And I'll tell you, when he hits, too, when Nystrom plays the body, he seems to be effective offensively in terms of scoring goals. Play jammed up at the Toronto line. Lewis comes out of a pack with it. This is Howitt trying to feed in low to Merrick. And finally, Palmatier will cover up the loose puck.
Not only that, they got a lead penalty out of the deal, and this is the first Islander power play. Gary Howitt doing some nice work here, getting the play in motion. Merrick is moving toward the net. You notice Salming, he does a number there on Merrick, and finally Palmatier smothers.
Number 21, Poirier Salming, 2 minutes for a hooking. 9 to the penalty.
New York Islander power play.
5:29. Salming.
They send out Trottier, Gillies, and Bossé at the blue lines. Pearson and Denny Potvin. Islanders have 4 of the top 10 scorers in the NHL. 3 of them, 4 of them out there right now. Trottier, Gillies, Bossé, followed by Denny Potvin, the leading scorer in the defensive category. Potvin keeps it in high in the slot, goes to Gillies. Angle drive. It's blocked in front by the Toronto defense. Finally cleared in on Resch. Denny Potvin to set things straight now for the Islanders on this power play advantage. Boye Salming sitting out a couple of minutes for Toronto. Headed up to Gillies in the middle at center ice. He fires in. Trottier there, beaten to the puck by a Maple Leaf. Ian Turnbull now clears out on the penalty kill.
Good play by Turnbull. He used his right skate as balance on that and guarded the puck. Watch number 16, Jimmy Jones. He's a young player, but a very effective penalty killer.
Still no score, 13:45 remaining in the first period. Pearson shoots in on the Islander power play. Loose puck out in front, finally kicked into the corner. Trottier keeps it in along the boards to Denny. Denny goes high, now to Pearson. Pearson works to Bossé, the rookie, trying to snap it through to Denny Potvin. The give and go, can't do it. Loose puck bouncing in the slot, finally cleared away again by Ian Turnbull, but not out. Potvin keeps it in. Potvin knocks it down. Still a scramble in front, and Turnbull will shoot it out for Maple Leafs.
Oh, the comedy of errors by both teams, but the Islanders couldn't capitalize.
Gary Howitt just stepping on the ice now, leads the Islander rush on the power play. 48 seconds remaining. Howitt will go into the penalty box. Trottier was held by Turnbull, no call. Finally, play comes to center. Here's Trottier. Wheeling now with 25 in the power play. Denny Potvin coming in on Palmatier. Trottier too far. Stefan Pearson. Bossé's drive, and it's just deflected by Potvin. Trottier falls down. Still a power play. 10 seconds remaining. Trottier works to Pearson. Pearson's drive, and it's deflected in front by the Toronto defense. Good job by Ian Turnbull on that power play killing situation for Toronto.
Well, Dennis Potvin was too generous. He had a good chance there. He fed Trottier, and he fooled Bryant on the right side, and that blew the chance.
Penalty is over. Our first look at number 11, Wayne Merrick. Puts the brakes on high in the zone. His pass is steered away. Coming out now, number 20, Mike Pellick. He'll come in. Takes the off-angle short side drive. Taking no chances, Chico Resch.
You got to wonder what Brian Trottier was thinking on that 2-0 break, Frank. It was a fantastic opportunity. Dennis Potvin making that play, and look, here's Dennis. Now watch, he's got the chance to pass off the right or shoot. He makes the pass, but Brian seemed to be caught unawares. The pass was a little behind him. That may have tripped him up a little bit.
And also, I think Brian might have been a little bit too deep on the angle. Had he got control, he may not have had much to shoot at. Merrick, along with Darryl Sittler. Merrick is thrown out. Billy Harris will have to take the drop. Linesman Ray Scapagnello to drop the rubber. 12-10 remaining first period. Frank Daly with Stan Fischler. Hart controls for New York, number 2. Riley Merrick regains control along the boards, feeds it deep to Hart, back to Price. Up along the boards, Harris is checked by Pellick. Good forechecking here by Toronto. Islanders hemmed in their own zone. Hart mishandles the puck. He takes a hit from McDonald. Sittler is there. Finally coming up with it is Wayne Merrick. Merrick now trying to go rink wide. Chopped down by Harris. Harris coming 2-on-2 left wing. He's got Howard with him. The trailer is Merrick. Broken up at the Toronto line by Lanny McDonald. So for a brief instant there, pressure, forechecking from Toronto. The icing is waved off. Jerry Hart, number 2 for the New York Islanders, will lead it off to Merrick. Merrick now makes the rush to the center ice zone, deflects it off the center ice boards, but the two-line offside is called as Harris was in ahead of the play. We've got 11:20 remaining here at the Nassau Coliseum. No score, New York Islanders and Toronto Maple Leafs. Face-off just inside the New York Islander blue line. Toronto will change up in mass. And there's a look at Roger Nielsen, Toronto Maple Leaf coach, his first year behind Maple Leaf bench.
The former high school teacher who was really doing a pretty good instructing job with the Maple Leafs. The complaint with Red Kelly, the former coach, was that there was no communication with the Toronto players. Nielsen's much better at it, and he also does a lot of terrific scouting when the team's not playing. He has his own videotape machine.
Johansson feeds to center. Maple Leafs clear it in. Jerry Hart, number 2. Mike Kazicki now moves to center ice. On the left wing, Headman's to heading. He taps it in deep. Thompson and Westfall collide at the turn of the boards. Stan Weir is there as well. Mike Pellick, number 2, trying to control. Heading shoots. The save by Palmateer. The rebound shot wide. Pressure by the New York Islanders. Back comes Toronto now. This is Stan Weir in the middle. Players jam up. No offside call. I thought I saw one. This is Westfall back checking all the way for the Islanders. Leaves it for Pat Price. Price releases back to Hart this side with there's plenty of room in the middle. Kazicki 21 to Henning. Henning off to Westfall, taps it in. Ian Turnbull, number 2 for Toronto. Skates back deep in his own zone, winds it around the glass. And it comes up past the stick of Druin. Jerry Hart over to collect in front of Errol Thompson, the fast skating left wing for Toronto. Centering pass, Bouchette failed on the centering play. Back comes Drew Druin, 2-on-2. He's got Westfall on the right wing. Drop to Westfall. Westfall takes a hit from Bouchette. Back comes Stan Weir to center ice for Toronto. 2-on-2. Thompson with him now. Thompson, the trailer, pinched off in the play. Thompson controls. Centering pass to Ellis. Too deep. Ellis controls now. Looking for the centering play in front to Weir. Can't hit him. Back comes Nystrom. 2-on-2. Nystrom will shoot it in for New York Islanders. Down to 9:43. Palmateer handles behind the net. Up it comes. To Boudreau. A good move in the crowd.
He starts it off with a good body check, and then he takes the shot. He might have passed it to Nystrom. Nystrom was tighter. That Bourne could pass it, but he goes for that dribble over to the right side, puts it on his backhand, and lifts it past Palmateer. A good fake by Bourne.
The goal was unassisted at 10:28. That's Bourne, his 22nd goal of the season, unassisted at 10:28.
Coming down to 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Here in the first period, Islanders going ahead on the goal by Bobby Bourne. Worked out of the net, and the score by Ellis. Bang, bang.
A terrible giveaway by the Islanders. They were lucky the first time, but they weren't lucky the second time. Glenn Resch out of the play, couldn't get back in time, and the Maple Leafs made the most of it. Very poor. The Islander defense has not been playing well this first period, and here's an example. Now, Resch doesn't hold on to the puck. He comes out, he tries to tame it. He gets a piece of it, but he doesn't get it very far. And there's the original shot. Resch trying to get back into play. He can't.
The veteran Ellis. Woodrow shooting in on the save made by Chico Resch right off the faceoff. So we're tied at 1:8:48 remaining in the first period. Ferguson and Boutet get credit for the assists on the goal by Ron Ellis.
Resch shaking his head, Frank. He knows he blew it. Clark Gillies, the captain, comes over. He gives him a tap on the pad. The Islander defense has been having trouble all period. Valaket had the puck only 5 feet in front of the net a few seconds earlier, and he just couldn't put it in. It was a bad shot, but no Islander defenseman around.
Face off left side of Chico Resch. Ryan Trottier along with Clark Gillies and Mike Bossé. Up front for Al Arbor, Darryl Sittler, Tiger Williams, and Lanny McDonald set for the draw. Sittler gets a stick on it. McDonald can't control it, rolls back into the Toronto zone. Pellick now trying to feed. Bossé intercepts on the right wing. And back comes Toronto. Rink wide a little too far for Darryl Sittler. The puck rolls back into the New York Islanders zone. Sittler, the forechecker. We've got an icing on the call as the puck was shot from behind the red line. 8:30 remaining in the first period. Our score, the Islanders 1, Maple Leafs 1. Trottier will take the draw against Darryl Sittler. Potvin snapshot of the save by Palmateer. The rebound clears into the corner. This is 2. Mike Pellick. Tipped by Sittler back into the New York zone. Dave Lewis chases it down. McDonald, the checker, close to Dave Lewis, rides him off the puck, but Denny Potvin back to cover up number 5, trying to headman up to Gillies, intercepted at center ice by Toronto. And the rubber comes back into the Toronto zone. Quick shot taken to the right wing by Lanny McDonald. It's wide off to Mark Sittler from the point, blocked in front. Back comes Trottier, number 19, still at center ice. And the crowd looking for the call. There will be no call. Lewis shoots it in for the New York Islanders, chasing it down. Tiger Williams, number 22. He wheels. Picks up big speed now, moves to the neutral zone. Comes to the near side, trying to tap it around Dave Lewis. Lewis plays the body, and the loose puck comes behind the net. Denny Potvin. Too far for Merrick. He can't control it. The New York Islander blue line. It rolls back into the Toronto zone. Merrick in there to give some problems to Lanny McDonald. Finally, McDonald clears it up. Coming right back now, this is Ian Turnbull, number 2, 2-on-2. Poked away by Stefan Pearson. Back from the Islanders, 15. A long drive taken in there by Billy Harris is just tipped wide by Palmateer. This is Thompson working one-on-one, trying to swing by Stefan Pearson. A great defensive poke check in there by the Swede, the rookie, number 7. Rink wide, it comes to Harris. Harris moving on the right wing, trying to feed Merrick. He does. Merrick centering pass, deflected high in the slot. Hart comes in, trying to keep it in. Jones falls down. Hart pokes at it, keeps it in. Boya Selming, 21. Up to Thompson. Thompson at his own line. Feeds it ahead to Ferguson. Long drive, and the save is made by Resch. Howard at the turn of the boards in his own zone. Jones, the quick shot on the right pad, save by Chico Resch. He had to be alert on that one. Puck comes to Howard. He can't collect out of his own skates. Releases instead back to Hart at his own zone. Releasing right side now. Stefan Pearson, number 7. Wayne Merrick, number 11 for the Islanders, will clear it in with 6:25 remaining. We're tied at 1, Islanders and Maple Leafs. Pass too far, intended for Ferguson. Lewis intercepts at the center ice zone with Merrick. Now it goes to Howard, trying to feed through traffic. Can't do it. Ridden off the puck. Back come Maple Leafs. Stan Weir, number 14, looks right at Dave Lewis at the line, trying to feed in the middle of Thompson. Intercepted by Potvin. Howard now trying to go rink wide. Nystrom can't control the bouncing puck. Maple Leafs clear back to center, but there is Denny Potvin to Lewis. Drouin trying to break in. He's held up at the Toronto line by Boya Selming. Finally, the rubber goes in. And Maple Leafs will try and break out. Missed pass at center, headman too far. It'll be an icing if Dave Lewis does get there in time. He does. We're going to break in the action. 5:40 remaining in the first period. New York 1, Toronto 1.
Frank, so far the Maple Leafs have done a good job of checking the Trottier-Bossier-Gillies line. Tiger Williams, number 22 on the Leafs, is really working over Brian Trottier. He's laying that lumber on at every opportunity. And except for a couple of calls, Ron Wick seems to be letting the players carry the sticks high. Not many real serious infractions, but he could have called a few more penalties.
Drew and Nystrom and Bourne the front line. Toronto wins the draw. And they come back on their rush. Chet flips it in. Dave Lewis now behind his own net. Quickly in the middle behind Druin. And the puck will roll to the Toronto zone with 5:25 remaining. Ian Turnbull, number 2. And that's called icing. They say that Turnbull could not have got to it in time, so the face-off back into the New York zone.
Talking about Mike Bossy, who's got to be one of the fellows that the Leafs are going to zero in on, Frank. Not only is he the leader in the Rookie of the Year award, but he's now got a 13-game consecutive point scoring streak going, along with Darryl Sittler of the Leafs. He leads the NHL in goal scoring with 45, and he could be the first rookie since 1925-26 to lead the league in goal scoring. Mel Stewart did it then with 34 goals in 36 games.
I'll tell you, Stan, that's a lot of activity for a rookie, Mike Bossy. Stan Weir and Westfall on the draw. Lewis gets it out of the corner. Weir 14, the persistent forechecker there. Bourne can't control. The miscue out in front, controlled by Leafs. Boutet falls down. Druin in the corner. Penalty coming up on New York Islanders. As soon as they regain possession, there's the whistle. And the penalty will be on New York.
Bob Bourne knew it, but the problem came with Dennis Potvin trying to clear that bad Islander pass. He used his stick. He probably would have been better off if he had just slid into the puck and carried it toward the blue line.
Number 14, Bobby Bourne, the penalty officially now coming at 14:57. They call it a hook. And now we'll get another look at that Toronto power play. We've had 3 penalties in the first period. 1 to Toronto and 2 to the New York Islanders. Harold Ballard of Toronto Maple Leafs will be Stan Fischler's very special between period guest coming up after 5 minutes and 9 seconds of action have expired here at the Coliseum. Quickly off the faceoff, we look for Lewis now, has trouble controlling. Finally, Westfall gets it and golfs it out. Darryl Sittler will work with Tiger Williams and Lanny McDonald, who's hanging right up in the blue line right now. Play comes into the New York zone as McDonald makes the touch. That's an automatic offside. Minute 41 remaining on the penalty to Bobby Bourne. Killing off penalties for the Islanders, of course, Henning and Westfall, Denny Potvin, and Dave Lewis back on the blue line. Playing the points on the Toronto power play, Ian Turnbull and Boya Selmy.
Frank, up until now, Henning and Westfall have been checking the Maple Leafs pretty well in their own zone, forcing the Maple Leafs to make bad passes, as we just saw. That was a terrible pass, but you got to keep your eye on number 7, McDonald. He's got a good shot, as well as Sittler, number 27.
Quickly off the face-off, the puck rolls on the right wing. Lanny McDonald now brings it into the zone. Holes on the right side of the boards. Puck takes a bouncy off the side of the
another inch. That would have faked out Resch. Luckily, Dennis Potvin got a skate on it and cleared it to the side.
Took a funny carom off the turn of the boards. Boya Selmy, 21. Slides it right between the circles. Very slowly and deliberately now. Works it to the neutral zone. Clears it in just wide of Chico Resch. Chasing it down as Tiger Williams. Pearson beats him to the puck. And he shoots it over the glass behind the Islander bench.
Stephen Pearson tried to put the puck right on the heel of his stick to get a little leverage and lift it down the ice. He did not want to throw it into the crowd because he knew that would be a face-off in the Islander zone, but he had no choice. He had a bad angle, and it did go in the crowd. Face-off in deep Islander zone. Still 1:10 left on the Toronto power play.
Darryl Sittler working with Lanny McDonald left side on the power play. And on the right side, number 8, Pat Boutet. Finally cleared out by New York. A minute even remaining now on that penalty to the Islanders' Bobby Bourne. So Toronto really has been hardly effective on this power play opportunity. Westfall now harassing Ian Turnbull. Does the job, steals the puck. Henning moves in against Boya Selmy. Finally, Lanny McDonald, number 7, comes over to help out deep in his own zone. Goes to Boutet on the left wing. The drop pass back at center ice. Lanny McDonald now with Sittler. Gets the drop pass right at the blue line, trying to penetrate. Harassed by Henning. Henning steals it. Selman gets it back, left side. Turnbull shooting, and the save by Resch in a crowd right out in front.
That was a big crowd there. It looked like Lanny McDonald might get a piece of Resch, and Jacques Valaquette was roaming around there. Resch had to have good radar on this one. Notice Salming moves that puck into play for starters. Now here's the save by Resch. Valaquette 8. Lanny McDonald 7. They're trying to shake it loose before the whistle, but they don't.
30 seconds on the penalty. Face-off Toronto, left wing, Islanders zone. Quickly the puck caroms to the near wing, and Henning lines it up and fires out. So Toronto has not been very effective on their 2 power play opportunities here tonight. They seem to be standing around. Boye Salming, the Swede now, will try and penetrate on Lewis. Holds right along the side of the boards. McDonald now. Solman. Islanders set up their box defense. On the left wing, Turnbull trying to slide it through and Resch. Bouncing puck cleared away by Chico as Horn and Boye Salming collide just in front of the blue line. Penalty is over. Back comes Toronto. Lanny McDonald, high-powered right wing. Wrapped up by Bryan Trottier. Eddie Potvin takes over. The long headman pass. Puck Gillies streaking on the left wing. Sittler chasing him. Gillies shooting, and it's deflected just in front. Cleared away by Toronto Maple Leafs. 2 Islanders are spilled. Gillies and Trottier. Back come Toronto. Tiger Williams on the left wing. The poke check is made by Denny Potvin, and he rides him into the turn of the boards. Lanny McDonald is there, 7, trying to kick it loose. Finally does, but not before the whistle is blown.
Frank Glenrush doesn't look all that sharp in the Islander net. He's making mistakes, a little bit too much juggling of the puck, not controlling the rebounds. Take a look here. Instead of smothering the puck, Resch gives it away. He almost gave it away to Valaquette, and the Islanders got a break. They finally did clear the puck, but Resch does not seem in control the way he usually does.
Jones to take the face-off against Bryan Trottier to the right side of Chico. Quick shot taken, deflected out by Tiger Williams.
Kind of surprised that Coach Al Arbour is using Resch tonight, Frank. I would have thought he might have gone over to Billy Smith. Resch has been playing a lot of hockey. Not that he's playing badly. He's got an awfully good record. 2.41 goals against, 18 wins, 7 losses, and 4 ties. But we haven't seen that much of Smith lately.
Trottier and Jones, 19 and 16 respectively. Finally, price controls for the Islanders. This is Jerry Hart, number 2, the forechecker. Jimmy Jones, 16, deals it over to Price on the far wing. Trying to get it to Trottier, kept in by 24, Brian Glennie. Big Pat Price, number 3. Works to 19, Trottier, bouncing puck, finally cuffs it off the boards and gives it over this side to Hart, who makes the rush to the neutral zone. Shoots it in wide of Palmatier, just tipped right onto the stick of Tiger Williams. Trottier nails Williams. Kept in by Pat Price, and we get a whistle at the turn of the boards.
For a change, Tiger Williams is on the receiving end. That's Bryan Trottier, who had been taking quite a beating from Williams earlier. Trottier loses his helmet in the process. Gillies comes in and helps out a little bit. Brian knows Williams way back from Western Canada Junior Hockey League, and they like to belt each other. Right now, Trottier is a little more interested in scoring than belting.
Minute 51 remaining in the period. Frank Daly with Stan Fischler. We're tied at 1, Islanders and Maple Leafs here at the Nassau Coliseum. Trottier and Darryl Sittler. Sittler number 3 in the league, scoring just behind Guy Lafleur. Brian Glennie, veteran defenseman number 24. He also can play up front when needed. Tipped to center ice by Maple Leafs. Hart takes over. He looks like he wants to penetrate. They call the Islanders on the offside. Just about a half stride ahead on the right wing, Clark Gillies.
Frank, talking about goaltending, Mike Palmatier in the nets for the Leafs. He's been remarkable. Rookie last year. He came up in the middle of the season when the Leafs were in trouble, and he really stood the league on its ears. Boston and Philly, 0-0. That's a game that we got to keep our eyes on. The Bruins needing a win. They want to stay in first place, and of course the Flyers right behind the Islanders.
If the Flyers lose tonight against Boston, that game is up at the Garden in Boston. Flyers will have a 7-point, or Islanders will be ahead by 7. If they win and Islanders lose here, there'll only be 3 points between Flyers and the New York Islanders. Play back on Pat Price in his own end. Off to Hartz. Number 2, steady game after game. Pass is tipped into the Toronto zone by Basse. Gillies chases it down. Wrapped up by Ron Ellis. No call. The puck is frozen up.
Now, all the Islanders got out of that was a long look by Ron Wicks, the referee. He stuck his neck out trying to size his play up. Now, Ellis does a little bit of grabbing there, but as I said, Wicks has been lenient on both teams, and you could flip a coin on that when you surely could have called it for holding. Wicks looked hard. He didn't call anything.
Maple Leafs will change up with a minute 13 remaining. The faceoff will be on the New York left wing, Toronto zone. Right side of goaltender Mike Palmateer. Wayne Merrick, Howitt, Billy Harris. The forward line, quickly back to Lewis it goes. Denny Potvin in between the circle. A save by Palmateer, a beautiful right-handed grab.
Good radar on that one. He might have been beaten on the left corner.
William Salving, 21, tries to carry it out. Can't do it. Glennie chops at it. Finally, the disc rolls to center ice. Lewis there on the offside. Shoots it in. If Harris makes the touch, it'll be offside. It's finally cleared to center. Hard hit by Howard against Boya Selling, or rather Jones. Here goes Jones and Howard.
Bugsy Butler, former Ranger. They don't call him Bugsy for nothing. He likes to throw him. So does Howard. It looked for a second like they might not. Then they decided to go, and a couple of good shots in there. Not too many. Broken up in a hurry.
Butler looked like he didn't want any piece of Howard, and then figured, oh, what the heck, I got to do it, I guess. Watch him look away.
Howard has to come in high because Butler is a couple of inches taller than him, and
still. Finally, he says, what the heck?
Well, that's what started it. That's a left by Howard, and then they go right there, and Butler gets one in. Then he doesn't have the angle. Howard has 2 uppercuts coming.
Fighting for fighting in 1913.
A lot of dandruff flying in that one, Frank.
Little spark plug for the Islanders. Gary Howard out 5 for fighting. Butler 5 for fighting. But each team playing at full strength. Lewis taps it too far for Potvin. Westfall is over there to carry him away from Tiger Williams. Puck squeezes into the Toronto zone. 21 Boyasami now with 30 seconds. Behind Palmateer, the forechecker is Merrick. Lenny now shoots it up to Williams along the boards at his own line. Smothered by Merrick. Westfall is there to force the faceoff.
The Leafs got Jerry Butler for one reason, Frank. They're not a hitting team. They got Tiger Williams, and after that, not much in the way of belters. And Jerry Butler is the kind of guy who can do the belting. They gave up a Dipsy Doodler and Inga Hammerstrom for Butler, and I don't think they're sorry about it.
This is the Swedes, 21 Boyasami. Moves to the right wing at center, goes cross ice on the backhand flip into the New York end. Eddie Westfall with a stick on it, up along the boards to Denny Potvin. Looks cross ice. Instead, he gives to Merrick. Merrick didn't see the pass. He got an icing call with 5 seconds remaining against New York.
In case the linesman didn't see that icing, Mike Palmateer, the Little League goalie, raised his goal stick about 4 feet over his head, signaling the linesman, and of course the whistle was blown. The Leafs still have a chance for a shot on goal. All they have to do is get that face-off, put it in shooting position. They've got a couple of good shooters out there. They got Salming and Turnbull on the points, and both of them can fire that puck. And up front, it's Sittler's going to take the face-off, and they got Williams out there, and number 26, Kurt Walker's there to disrupt the Islander defense.
Kurt Walker, 26, from the greater Boston area. He's the only American on this Maple Leaf club. One of the few they have employed over the years. Denny Potvin now at the buzzer. So at the end of one period of play here at the Nassau Coliseum. The Islanders and Maple Leafs are tied at 1. Working up to center ice, Brian Glennie rolls it in on Chico Resch. He'll stop it. Lewis, the Clark Gillies, pinned at the turn of the boards by Lanny McDonald, number 7. And the faceoff will be in the Islanders zone. That'll be the Toronto right wing.
Frank, the Islanders did not have a good first period. It was sort of reminiscent of the game against the Blackhawks on Saturday, and we'll see how they come out this period. Maybe they can straighten themselves out.
Islanders control. Rink wide. Pass behind Bossy. Collects off the Karam. Rolls it in. Palmatier collects off the tip of the stick. Clears to the sideboard. Lanny McDonald there. 7. Takes a hit from Trottier. McDonald is knocked back from the Leafs 2-on-2. Rink wide. It goes into Tiger Williams. Into the corner with Denny Potvin. Potvin beats him to the rubber. Icing call against Maple Leafs. Boy, that was quite a hit by Brian Trottier.
Frank, you have to wonder about Trottier. He's leading the league in scoring. He's got 100 points. Guy Lafleur has 98, and he throws his weight around so much that it has to drain him physically, and yet he seems to be able to sustain these checks when he's throwing them and when he receives them. It's kind of amazing that he can just keep going this way. There's the check. Very innocent seeming. The amazing thing about he's like Buster Keaton. He's got that deadpan all the time, but once he hits you, the other guy's the one who's the deadpan.
All right, here's deadpan Trottier against Sittler. Trottier trying to pick it off the wing. Drive on the long side by Lewis. It's wide. Potvin can't keep it in at the point. Sittler gets it. Comes back across the line, 1-on-2. Drops it back on the left wing. Tiger Williams out of position. Bossy shoots it back up to the Toronto line. That moves to center. Trottier will control. Try to hit Clark Gillies right at the Toronto line. Pass too far. It's an offside, or rather an icing call against the New York Islanders. Face-off will have to come all the way back into the New York end. 19:02 remaining second period. There he is, the Swede, 21, the all-star defenseman, Börje Salming.
Talking to Harold Ballard about Salming, he says that he is one of the gutsiest players he's ever had on the Maple Leaf Club.
And he's a guy that when he first came into the league, Stan, a few years back, everybody was taking shots at him, but he held up so well.
You notice the name on the back of the jersey is Ballard said he's not going to let people see it very clearly. Ferguson will work against Wayne Merrick to the right side of Chico. 9:02 remaining second period. Frank Daly with Stan Fischler, Islanders and Maple Leafs. Knotted up at 1 apiece. Westfall is in there. Merrick is thrown out of the draw. It comes to Price, the defenseman, number 3. Paired off with Jerry Hart. Merrick, the center iceman now, drops it back to big Pat Price, number 3. This is Merrick moving on the left wing, shades it in the middle, bumped at the line by Jones. And it's shot back into the New York zone. Toronto will ice the puck. They'll ice you to death. That's their style of play. Game coming to you from the Nassau Coliseum, second period, 18:39 remaining. Islanders 1, Maple Leafs 1. Trigger and the save by Palmatier. Can't get the stick on it. Westfall centering pass and it hit the post. And Merrick thought he had a goal. Maple Leafs finally clear. I hope we can get a piece of that on replay a little bit later when we get a chance. Merrick raised his stick, thought he had the goal off the feed from Westfall. Here comes Merrick streaking to center. Westfall gets it at center ice on the right wing, clears in on Palmatier. Johansson, number 4, tries to carom it out. He can't. It kept in by Hart. Merrick along the boards. Looks for the play, feeds deep to Harris, 15. Centering pass, Westfall can't get a stick on it. Price lines it up and takes the drop. The rebound is coming out by Mike Palmatier. Merrick with another opportunity. Price has a lot of wood on this, and Palmatier seems to have a little trouble now. There's Merrick, and he had the point of his stick trying to get that puck. He didn't have any kind of an angle, and he was a little bit too close to the goaltender to be able to do anything about it, and Merrick misses 2 good chances there. The first one was high. It hit the post. He put his stick up in the air, but it did not cross the goal line.
Little Mike Palmatier with the big pads and the big heart. Good goaltender for Toronto. He's young, too. In the middle, Stan Weir. Chips it in. Bobby Bourne faces it down against Rod Ellis. Behind Chico Resch. Dave Lewis coming up with it. Bobby Bourne now looks for the play as Toronto forechecks. Lewis in the middle at his own line. Comes this side behind Denny Potvin. He can't control it. At the Toronto line, Henning to Lewis along the boards at center. Shoots it in harmlessly on Mike Palmateer. Glennie, number 24, kept in by Lewis. Shooting Lewis, and the save was wide. Lewis got good wood on it, but off the mark. Bourne tips it in. Glennie gets to it, though. Nystrom tries to carry into the attacking zone, loses an edge, falls down, but clears in. Stanway, number 14, drew in the forechecker for the Islanders. Boya Selling, 21. Too far for Glennie. Comes up to Ferguson. Nystrom with the body at center ice on Boutet. Drew again, 17. Works to the Islander line in the middle. Denny Potvin, number 5. He moves into the attacking zone. Spun around by Brian Glennie. Keeps his feet. The body Druin on Boya Selming as he falls down. Play at the turn of the boards. Getting rough. Nystrom there. Centering pass out to Bourne. Can't control. Nystrom out in front with Brian Glennie wrapped up in the slot. No call. Palmateer falls down. He was struck on the head with a stick. Lewis clears it in.
Frank, I don't think Palmateer knew what hit him there. It might have been Nystrom's stick. I thought it was an accident. Nystrom just took a run at Glennie and missed him completely.
This is Stan Weir, 14. The trailer is Ellis. Ellis fakes. 21, Boya Selming shooting, and the save by Resch. Out in front, it clears behind the net. Trottier tried to get it out. He couldn't do it. Hart there at the side of the net against Boutet. And the puck is frozen up.
Good chance for the Maple Leafs that time. Looked like Resch was out of the play. Boutet, a tough kid. He was flattened once by Nystrom. Selming wants to get a little air on the right, but he doesn't quite get it far enough. Resch makes the save, but the Leafs get the puck, and Resch has to hurry up over to his left to cover up there in time with Jerry Hart.
McDonald, pressure against Jerry Hart at the turn of the boards in the New York end. Trottier steps in. We're going to break in the action here at the Nassau Coliseum. 16:04 remaining, second period. Islanders and Maple Leafs tied at 1. Intercepted by Toronto in their zone. Williams loses. Back after it, Ian Turnbull, number 2, trying to work on Clark Gillies, and he breaks up the play dangerously in front of Mike Palmateer. Toronto Maple Leafs finally shooting into the Islander zone. Bad pass taken away by McDonald. Angle drive and the pad save by Chico Resch. The big rebound off the boards. Golfing at it, Ian Turnbull, number 2, right to Hart. A little bit of sloppy play in the Islander zone. Jerry finally shoots it out.
Frank, that was a situation. When in doubt, get it out. And Jerry Hart finally shot it out, but it was called back. I believe that puck hit someone on the Maple Leaf bench, and as a result, it was called from the place where the puck was shot, which is deep Islander zone, so the faceoff is going to be taken there. Brian Trottier against Darryl Sittler.
Montreal leading Detroit 4-2. Guy Lafleur has 2 goals. That ties him with Brian Trottier at 100 points even for the National Hockey League scoring lead. Dave Lewis paired with Denny Potvin. Lewis to the neutral zone. The quick rush to center, trying to headman up to Clark Gillies too far. Gillies in on Palmateer. Palmateer clears around the dasher. Intercepted by Gillies. Gillies tied up by Pellick. This is Sittler knocked down by Lewis. Trottier in traffic. Feeds it off to Lewis. Gillies in the backhand. Trottier, just shot it wild. Great bid by the New York Islanders. Still pressure. Basse in the corner against Ian Turnbull. Trottier is spun around, and finally McDonald clears it out to the New York end. Denny Potvin will run it down deep in his own zone. He moves behind Resch against Tiger Williams. Basse the clear now, but not out. McDonald keeps it in. Finally at the New York line, controlling Denny Potvin. Lewis at center, up along the boards to Clark Gillies, captain. Shoots in. Palmateer leaves for Ian Turnbull, number 2. Islanders in the middle of a line change, 22. Sittler trying to feed McDonald, and Toronto will change in the fly now. Coming hard. Here's Jerry Hart. Moves to center for the Islander rush on the right wing. Still it's Hart controlling. No call on the play. Thompson takes over. it over the glass at center ice, and the Islanders looking for the penalty call on the Toronto Maple Leafs on the Jerry Hart rush.
Number 2, Jerry Hart, led a terrific rush there. Once again, Ron Wicks took a good long look at it, but he has not been calling many of that kind of penalties, so there was no reason for him to call one then. Hart got into play right away. And that was the play where Bossy did not get enough good wood on it. If he could do that over again, he would have lifted it over Palmateer, but he didn't have any time. It was on his back end. He made the play, wanted the left corner. He couldn't get it.
Ferguson works against Wayne Merrick. Finally, Ferguson controls, clears in deep behind Resch. Pat Price, number 3. The forechecker is Thompson, number 12. Pat Price heads it up along the Howard on the left wing. 3-on-2. Merrick trying to close in. He squeezed out the play. Quick shot on the angle taken by Howard, steered away by Palmateer. This is Howard now controlling. Hard at his own line. Intercepted by Thompson. Thompson feeds on the right wing. Nobody there. Back comes Merrick. The trailer is Howard. Howard trying to pull the trigger, and he failed on the play. Butler, 17, trying to go rink wide to Ferguson. He does. Ferguson puts the brakes on, trying to feed Thompson, breaking through, intercepted by Pat Price. And the rubber clears into the Toronto zone. Boya Selling, 21, caroms at the center, picked away by Price. He clears it back in. 13:06 remaining in the second period. Frank Daly with Stan Fischler. Ferguson, number 10, back-checking is Merrick as he overtakes the puck. Ferguson gets it back and shoots it in on Dave Lewis. Lewis, the safety valve, up ahead to Price, now to Harris. Harris, the soft pass to Merrick to Harris. Harris coming in on Glennie. Glennie rides him right off the play on the good defensive play. Howard tried to keep it in. He couldn't stand where it poked to center. Ellis, the 60-foot drive. It's blocked by Resch. I have plenty of steam on it from Ron Ellis. Potvin moves to center. Ian Turnbull, the good offensive defenseman for Toronto, fires in. Here's Denny. Merrick, his stick off the ice. The puck went underneath, all the way down to Palmateer. The icing is waved off. Ian Turnbull will control for Maple Leafs. Forechecking is Hugh Drouin. Drouin almost kept it in, but coming back for Toronto is Ron Ellis. Ellis, the blind pass to Ian Turnbull. Good pressure by Islanders on the forecheck. Lewis, Drouin now looks for the play, comes back to the turn of the boards. Looks to Nystrom, bouncing puck, can't control. Back come Toronto. Stan Weir now, breaking in. Boutet. Puck is shot on the short side, goes behind the net, collected by Nystrom. Up it goes to Jude Drouin. Jude Drouin rink wide, a little too far for Bobby Bourne with a stick at the blue line. Johansson. And the offside rule against the New York Islanders.
Shanishi, please report to the security office.
11:38 remaining in the second period. We're still tied at 1 goal scorers in that first period. Bobby Bourne for Islanders. And seconds later, Ron Ellis picking up number 22. Each with 22 goals, Bourne and Ellis. And that's where we stand right now. Nystrom off balance at the blue line, loses control.
Frank, the Islanders seem to be missing with their passes a couple of inches. That was another case in point. Bourne not able to handle the pass from Jerry Hart. Hart put it about 5 inches too far ahead of him.
Nystrom takes a poke at it in his own zone, leads it off to Drouin. Islander rush, moves to the neutral zone. Nystrom breaking hard on the right wing. Across the line he comes. But offside, Bobby Bourne on the far side on the left wing.
Well, Bourne anticipated the play, but too far ahead, and the pass didn't come to him.
The boos are for Guy Lafleur as they announce he has 2 goals tonight against Detroit. Montreal there, you see, leading 4-2.
Roger Nielsen right behind the Leaf bench. Looks like he's a lot younger than some of his players. He was a former high school teacher.
And the crowd and the applause for Brian Trottier, letting him know that they want to see some points off his stick. Puck tied up at center ice. Tiger Williams gets the faceoff, gives an elbow to another 22, Mike Bossé. See Williams get that little left hand. Boom. Bossé, though, a Lady Byng candidate. Tiger Williams is hardly a Lady Byng candidate. He leads the league in penalties.
Frank, in a situation like that, the enforcer for the Islanders has to be Clark Gillies. He has to assert himself. You don't expect Bossy or Trottier to get in fights if they can help it. Gillies is the fighter.
Paired on the blue line, Hart works with Stefan Pearson. This is Stefan. Bossy shooting in Toronto end. Palmatier has to clear under some pressure from Gillies. On the right wing, Lanny McDonald goes rink wide, right out of the stick of Tiger Williams. Bossy comes up, gives him a bump, knocks him right off the puck. Trottier trying to feed Clark. Gillies intercepted by McDonald. Trottier gets a backward stick handling. Trottier now in the middle. Trottier is pulled down. Puck came out of the zone and back in, so the Islanders are trapped offside.
Get an idea how effective the Leaf blanket is on the Trottier line. They're using their top line against them, and they're not letting Brian really get free. Bossy's had a couple of chances, but not the kind that he normally gets. He usually gets a few more than he has so far, so the checking has been excellent by the Leafs.
Game has opened up a little bit, I think, though, Stan, here in the second period. Maple Leafs a good checking team, but a few more opportunities here with 10:14 remaining in the second period, at least for New York. Here comes Bryant with 100 points. Coming 1-on-2 on the Leaf defense. Bossy offside on the near wing.
At time it seemed as if the puck slowed down in the snow that's been created at the blue line, and it seemed to fool Trottier, and Bossy went over the line a little bit ahead of him. The line is not showing as well as they normally do tonight.
Darryl Sittler, Tiger Williams, and Lanny McDonald. They'll change up defensively. Mike Pellick, number 20, will come out there, and Ian Turnbull, number 2. There's Brian, 19. He'll take the face-off outside the Toronto blue line against Darryl Sittler. Finally, the rubber is dropped. Sprung loose by Sittler. Sittler from 65, gloved by Resch. Resch a little bit off balance on the play, but he grabbed it nonetheless. Here comes another sweet head-manning up to Trottier. Trottier shoots in. The rebound comes out front. Palmatier will cover up. We've got a break in the action. Second period here at the Nassau Coliseum. 9:49 remaining. Islanders and Maple Leafs knotted at 1. The Trottier and Sittler line will stay out there.
Al Arbour behind the Islander bench has to be a little bit concerned the team is not busting out the way he'd like him to.
Mike Pellick, number 20, for Toronto. Works through his defensive partner, Ian Turnbull. The forechecker is Trottier with a stick on the puck. Henning now ties up Turnbull a little bit. Play comes to center, Pat Price. Looking ahead to Bossy, a little bit too far, intercepted by Mike Pellick. Sittler, rink wide, Lanny McDonald onside. Angle drive, short side, just getting a piece of it. Chico Resch. Quick shot from that angle by Lanny McDonald. He can pull the trigger. Trottier in the middle, looking for Bossy. Had he collected the pass, he may have been offside. Sittler at center ice with a gang of blue shirts at the New York line. Cleared in, bouncing puck at the goal line. Denny Potvin, number 5, has it. And he's got some room. He will rush himself. Out of the rush at center, Denny Potvin, number 5. Shoots it around Tiger Williams. And again, the puck is shot out. So we'll have a face-off just outside. Toronto Maple Leaf blue line, a souvenir for the crowd.
The way things are going, Frank, it's a kind of game where Denny Potvin has to find some openings for the Islanders. If the forwards can't do it, it's a guy like Denny who can come down that center lane and go either to the left or the right and get that good wrist shot going. And it appears that Denny may have to take a few more chances.
There's Borje Salming. He's second in scoring for defensemen in the National Hockey League. Number 1 is Denny Potvin. Salming, the flashy Swede, clears it up to Boutet. Denny Potvin works to Mike Kazicki, only his second shift tonight. Weaves it out to center ice. Kazicki into the attacking zone. The Lorne Henning pulls the trigger of the save by Palmatier right at the corner of the crease.
Palmatier didn't get a good hole on that puck and managed to drop it right in front of him. If he had maybe let it about a foot in front, there could have been a rebound. Kazicki not playing that much tonight. The Islanders keeping it in. Now here's Palmatier. Now notice he drops it in front. Westfall can't touch it. Neither can Kazicki. Face off in deep Toronto zone.
Shoots through the New York zone. Pat Price. Denny Potvin. Jim Jones with a stick on it momentarily. Pat Price gets it back. Here comes the Islander breakout play with 8:19 remaining in the second period. Long rink wide pass into Kazicki. Kazicki races behind the net.
Smart play by goalie Mike Palmateer. By reflex, he was going to go behind the net and get a piece of that puck. He realized the Islanders were on the offside. He let it go. Kazicki came in, touched the puck. We have 8:13 left in the second period. A 1-1 hockey game. Pretty good checking, but it's been opening up a bit in the second period. A lot more end-to-end play.
Kazicki, Westfall, and Lorne Henning. The front line. Kazicki controls to Hartz. This is Pearson in his own end. Hart rink wide Westfall. Pass deflected by Lenny. All right, now Jerry Hart takes over. Works it up to Lorne Henning. He can't keep it out. Semlin keeps it in. Bouncing puck in front. A smart play by Hart clearing to the sideboards. Rush in the help out up to Mike Kazicki, 21. He finds Lorne Henning. Henning shoots it in the Toronto end. Eddie Westfall, bouncing puck, and he's wrapped up. He can't control. Jack Balakef spun him around. Play goes jam in the corner. Lorne Henning there as well, trying to feed up high. Can't do it. Intercepted by Toronto. Toronto's shot is deflected wide of Chico Resch. Stephen Pearson there. Lorne Henning tied up by Butler. Jones there with a stick on it. Toronto will change on the fly. Pearson, under some pressure, has to release to Hart. Hart headmans up to Lorne Henning, and he will go to the bench. Earl Thompson, number 12, back. He comes for Toronto. Controls on the backhand, forced deep off the angle and up the puck by Hart. The angle drive taken from the point by Johansson. The save by Resch.
It's a good shot by Johansson, and looked for a minute like Resch might have blown that or given the puck away on the rebound.
Pearson in front of his own line, looks to the left wing. Bobby Bourne trying to streak around Johansson. Looking for him.
Try to make that end run all by himself and tuck it in, but it was a last-second pass, and it worked.
Bobby Nystrom gets number 19, the assist to Bobby Bourne. And when you look for speed in a left or right winger, you got to look to Bobby Bourne, as that raw speed just turned Johansson, and that made the easy pass in front to Nystrom. Palmateer has to cover up with Bobby Bourne bearing down.
Number 2 on the island. He's having a bit of trouble with his passing tonight, but he got there just in time before Thompson. If Thompson got that puck, he would have been in pretty good position for a good pass out.
Sittler, McDonald, Thompson for Toronto. Islanders get the draw. Moving up, defenseman Dave Lewis, 25, working with Merrick just out here in front of him. In some traffic, Lewis has to clear to the Toronto zone. That should be an icing call. It is.
It's a kind of bad pass that's been hurting the Islanders a lot tonight. There was a lot of time. Dave Lewis did not size it up well at all, and he went along the boards instead of looking for a free man, taking a little more time. Al Arbour decides enough of this. We're going to change lines, and he's got the big one out there, Trottier, Gillies, and Bossy.
The number 1 lineup, Brian Trottier, Clark Gillies, and Mike Bossy. Players jam inside the face-off circle. McDonald falls down. Lewis there to try and steal from him. Gillies is there. We've got another face-off and another break in the action. 4:47 remaining. Go-ahead goal scored by Bobby Bourne. Or rather, Bob Nystrom, excuse me. And for Nystrom, his 19th. Bourne had an assist, as did Jude Druin. So it's 2-1. Second period, Frank Daly with Stan Fischler and rookie Leaf Winger. John Anderson will be Stan Fischler's guest between the second and the third period. Dave Lewis gets the puck out of some traffic against Tiger Williams. Here's Denny Potvin, the all-star defenseman, goes to the rookie Bossy, giving go back to Trottier. Trottier in wide of Palmatier. From the point, here's Lewis. Bouncing puck in front. Bossy trying to get a stick on it. William Selming does. Denny Potvin shoots. Cleared over the glass right here on the near side.
Bossy nearly had another one, but there was a lot of traffic around, and he couldn't get really good wood on it. Dennis Potvin nearly followed up with what looked like a goal, good possibility. And notice Palmatier gives a rebound. He is not taming that puck very well for a goaltender, so the Islanders keep that in play. Now Bossy's going to cruise right in there, but there's no room. He got it on his backhand, but he can't get it high. He wanted to get that a little bit high. Now referee Wicks got in the way of the play there, and Bossy loses it, but it comes to Potvin. Potvin makes a good shot on goal. The Leafs covered up the face-off in deep Toronto zone.
On the Islander right wing, Trottier and Darryl Sittler. Sittler pulls it back. Brian Glennie, number 24, comes near side, deep into Sittler's skates to Glennie, back far side. Boya Selming. Selming to the neutral zone, shooting it in wide of Chico Resch. Denny Potvin, double team, has to get it away from Chuck McDonald up on the left wing. Here comes Clark Gillies on a quick rush. This is a 3-on-2. Gillies, Trottier, the trailer, poked away neatly by Brian Glennie. Back outside, and the puck brought back into the attacking zone for the Islander offside.
Gillies zigging when he should have been zagging on that one. Should have got rid of that puck a little bit sooner. Frank, he's having a rough night tonight. In fact, this whole line is having a rough night tonight, which, in a sense, is a tribute to the Toronto checking. Brian Trottier, he's been watching the scoreboard and may notice that Guy Lafleur has a pair, Al Arbour behind the Islander bench. He's got himself a 1-goal lead. With this kind of lead team, you can't be too sure with 1 goal.
If he had a 5-goal lead, he would not unfold his arms. Pat Price can't keep it in. Selming tried to get it out. He really did. Here's Pat Price now wheeling it center ice. Bossy trying to feed Trottier in the slot. It's held up in the Toronto zone. Here's Tiger Williams. Glennie. Selming. Selming weaves to center ice, and he can skate. Everybody at the blue line, at the New York line. Glennie from 55, and saved by Chico Resch. At the turn of the boards, puck is frozen up. We're going to break in the action. 3:13 remaining second period. New York 2, Maple Leafs 1. It's been a while since we've had a face-off down this end.
Glenn Resch has not been tested much in the second period, which in a sense is a tribute to the Islander checking, but also the Islander offense has been a little bit better than it was in the first, but he has not been that sharp tonight, even though he's only given up a goal.
Islanders only had 5 shots in the first period, as Stan mentioned. They have had some more offensive punch. But really, they're not putting on the offensive pressure like they can. Long pass up the center ice. Bobby Bourne flips it right to Ron Ellis. He didn't want to do that. Ian Turnbull trying to go rink wide, try to send in Ellis. Swept away by Jerry Hart. Bobby Bourne against Stan Weir. Pokes it in the middle. Skating backwards. Ian Turnbull almost lost to Nystrom. Ron Ellis with the helmet. The veteran took 2 years off. He's back in fine form this year in the NHL. Jerry Hart in traffic to Nystrom with a goal tonight, trying to feed Jude Druin. Bobby Nystrom falls down. Back comes Stan Weir. 2-on-2. The trailer, Pelech. This is Weir trying to feed Pelech. It goes behind him into the corner. Centering pass on in front, hit the side of the cage. Ferguson now works to Ellis. Here comes Druin. 3-on-2. Druin slides into the attacking zone. Back checking all the way. Ron Ellis for Toronto Maple Leafs. And Ellis, a good two-way hockey player. Nystrom against Pelech with the body. Pat Price in his own zone gets away from Stan Weir. Down to about 2 minutes here in the second period. Here comes Big Cat number 3. Takes it in himself, trying to squeeze through a couple of players. Can't do it, ridden off the puck. Toronto controls. Mike Pelech, number 20. Up to Lanny McDonald, right in front of the red line. Feeds it in, the angle drive. 2:45 remaining in the second period.
Lewis gets himself out of position to start. Now watch Lewis take himself right out of the play. That opens up the right side for the Leafs. But Resch is bad on this play. I don't think he was screened on that. He goes down. The puck goes up on the left side. It's a tie hockey game.
Number 20, Mike Bellick. The time of the goal, 18:15.
That ties it up here at the Nassau Coliseum with 1:45. Boutet the goal, assisted by McDonald and Pellick, officially at 18:15. Tied at 2, New York and Toronto. And just like that, we got another game. Merrick tries to clear it in. Slapped down at the line by Glennie. And he's called for handling the puck. And that was a tough goal, too, by Boutet because it was on the off wing. He had to make the left-handed shot on the right wing.
Well, the side was opened up by Dave Lewis. He made the play. He was caught flat-footed there, and that opened it up for Boutet. And he didn't shoot it from that far out, but on a play like that, you expect a goaltender like Resch to make the save. He's a little bit rusty tonight.
Wayne Merrick against Darryl Sittler. Sittler pulls it back to Glennie. Releases over to Boya Selmy. On the right wing at center. Bouncing puck in on Resch. Steered into the corner. Cleared all the way to center. Glennie has trouble controlling against Merrick. Howard pulls down McDonald. Sittler there. Look at that turn there by Boya Selmy. Can turn on a dime. Thompson clears it on Resch.
Last minute of play.
Billy Harris with a minute remaining. Headmanning up to Howard off his stick, and it's deflected over the Islander bench. So we'll have another face-off just outside the Toronto Maple Leaf blue line with 56 remaining, 56 seconds. We're tied at 2 apiece.
Well, you know, you look at Wayne Merrick, number 11 on the Islanders. It's kind of amazing to think that a couple of weeks ago it looked like he was dead on the ice when he got belted behind the net by a couple of Detroit Red Wings.
Brian Glennie in front of Mike Palmateer. Billy Harris, the forechecker. Gary Howard there on the left side as well. The rubber comes to center. Collected. Circling is Pat Price. Works on the left wing to Howard. He was going the wrong way. Glennie makes the touch against Merrick. The puck was shot from behind the red line. That's an icing call against the Islanders. Face-off all the way down to the New York zone. Toronto Maple Leaf left wing with 39 seconds.
Frank, you got to give the Leafs points for coming back. They've got the shooters, and the big guns have been doing some pretty good firing. In fact, if you remember in the first period, Resch was beaten by a slap shot early in the game by Lenny McDonald. Hit the crossbar. And McDonald and Sittler don't mind shooting that puck from outside the blue line if they get the chance, because they've got a lot of velocity behind those shots.
Darryl Sittler and Eddie Westfall just to the right side of Chico Resch. 39 seconds remaining. Got a full start.
Mr. Delabarry.
And we'll do it again.
Delabarry, please report to the security.
Westfall working up front with Brian Trottier. Al Arbor wanting to get some offensive punch for the final 38 seconds. Also Clark Gillies there as well. Very important face-off for the Islanders. It's controlled by New York. That's why Westfall's out there. But Sittler gets it back, swishes it in deep to McDonald. Hart takes a hit from Tiger Williams. Hacking at it is Clark Gillies against Boya Selmy. McDonald fires at it. Couldn't get good wood on it. Chico Resch wants to cover up right at the goal line. Finally lets go of it, but not before the whistle blew. 21 seconds.
An excellent play along the boards. You know, it's really an art to be able to cover up on that right side or the left side when you're trying to keep the puck from being shot out of the offensive zone. And Salming covered up completely, and it forced the face-off in deep Islander zone again.
Sittler against Westfall, 21 seconds remaining. Jerry Hart quickly comes out on the right wing. Now shades center. Looks ahead to Gillies. Bouncing puck poked away by Boya Selmy. Hart pushes it into the attacking zone. With it now is Brian Glennie with 5 seconds. Selmy tipped at the line. Tiger Williams with a second. He takes the shot. And the save is made by Chico Resch. So after 2 periods of play, New York 2, Toronto 2. We're underway in the Toronto zone, handling the puck now. This is Brian Glennie at the Toronto line. zone, handling the puck now. This is Brian Glennie at the Toronto line. Beats to Tiger Williams, moves to center, rubbed along the boards at center ice by Trottier. And he Potvin wheels away from the forecheck of Darryl Sittler on his own end. Crowd a little restless right now. They want a goal. Here's Trottier with 100 points. He's tied with Guy Lafleur, who has 2 goals tonight, each with 100. Tiger Williams, the hit from Trottier, 19. They tangle in the Toronto zone. Fast skating, Boyasselming into the attacking zone, trying to squeeze by 2 defensemen, rubbed off the play by both Lewis and Potvin. Lewis picked up loose rubber on the give and go from Bossier. Comes back to Potvin. Headman McGillies at center, looking for Trottier. Trottier goes into the corner, trying to come up with it. He's wrapped up by Williams and Glennie. Finally, Toronto breaks out. Tiger Williams, 22. With the move to center. Slowed down by Captain Clark Gillies. Potvin to Gillies. Up against the Trottier. 2-on-1. Trottier with Bossier. The drive and the save by Palmatier. The long rebound is gathered in by McDonald. Trottier with a blistering shot. Takes another one. Stick save by Palmatier on the near side. Rebound steered to the corner. Howard is out there. Here's McDonald against Billy Harris. Bouchette now with a goal tonight. Weaves to center. Takes a long high shot. Rush lets it go over the top of the net. Hart has it, feeds it up along the boards to Howard. Merrick to the center zone, trying to send in Harris. Harris with his speed, can't move around. Ian Turnbull the drive and a save.
Billy Harris made that happen with a very speedy rush around the right flank. Now Harris gets a backhander off, and Palmatier doesn't control it, so Harris gets another piece of it. Merrick gets it on the backhand, and he just puts it right in the left corner with the same backhand motion. Excellent move by Merrick on a neat pass from Billy Harris.
Back to the live action. Stephen Pearson in the middle of Merrick, the goal scorer. Merrick takes the shot, pushes it in wide of Palmatier, and the slow whistle right at the Maple Leaf blue line.
Frank, that was an excellent follow-up by Billy Harris. His first shot, a backhand, was not at a good angle, but Palmatier very generously gave him the rebound, and he took that puck and just slipped it right out in front. And once that puck was out in front, Merrick just put it right in the left corner. Very fine play.
Here's a look at Wayne Merrick and Gary Howard, number 8 and 11. Face off to the Toronto side of the red line. Stan Weir against Wayne Merrick, 18:06 remaining in the game. Islanders in front, 3-2. The go-ahead goal by Wayne Merrick. Turnbull from 60 to drive. It's turned aside by Rick. Real hard shot by Ian Turnbull, number 2 for Toronto. Pressure now by Toronto. Johansson pushes it in. Reck will hold on as Thompson was standing right over the puck beside Jerry Hart.
It was an interesting exchange there. Billy Harris handed his stick to Jerry Hart after Hart had lost his stick. Canadians now leading Detroit 7-3. At the end of the second period, the crowd roaring. Andre Saint-Laurent has himself a goal, but Guy Lafleur has 4 points, and that could put him ahead of Trottier by the time the night is up.
102 points to 100. Lafleur with 4 points tonight.
Bruins now leading Philadelphia 4-3 in the third period.
Here's Thompson under some pressure from Denny Potvin in the Islander end. Merrick against Ferguson. Now Lewis, the defenseman for the Islanders, along the boards. Ian Turnbull hits Thompson at the corner. Kept in by Howard.
Got that puck. Now you watch. Dennis is off balance when he gets it, but he gets it right in front, and he puts it in the left corner. Now Palmatier may have been screened on that, but it found the left corner, and it's a 4-2 hockey game, and you got to give Potvin a lot of credit for firing that one.
There's Dennis on the Islander bench. Look at that snapshot. Palmateer got a piece of it, but just a little bit too late. Back to the live action, 4-2. Islanders over Maple Leafs, and the crowd is pumped up, Stan Fischler. And they should be. Hart to Price, right across the blue stripe. Karen McGillies clears in. Boya Salming now from Palmateer. Crowd wants more. Gillies keeps it in. Trying to beat by Palmateer off the backhand by Brian Trottier. Another bid by the Islanders. Here comes Darryl Sittler. Offside Toronto as the puck came back out of the line with the Maple Leafs trapped inside. Lanny McDonald, number 7. He's got some firepower for Toronto.
Clark Gillies making a nice feed there. Now watch Trottier. He puts it on the backhand. He's going for the right side, and he was a bit tied up by Boya Salming, but a nice save by Mike Palmateer.
Pat Price, big guy number 3, lofts it in. McDonald and Gillies race after it. Icing is the call. McDonald made the touch first.
Frank, now the pressure is going to be on the Islander defense, and slowly Glenn Resch. With a 2-goal lead, the way the offense has come through, it's up to the defense to tighten up. And, of course, the forwards are going to have to continue checking. And the news in the Boston-Philly game is in the Islanders' favor because the Bruins opened up a 4-3 lead in the third period.
If the Bruins beat Philadelphia and the Islanders win here, Islanders will open up a 7-point lead in the Patrick division. If Philadelphia wins and Islanders lose, only 3 points will separate New York and Philadelphia. Puck is tied up on the draw. Lenny tries to keep it in, takes a hit from Trottier. Sittler swipes out of the fan. Sending in Westfall. Palmateer around play. Here's Darryl Sittler. Releases to the right wing. Lanny McDonald on Joey Hart. His drive deflected by Hart's stick into the crowd over the glass. Lanny McDonald on Joey Hart. His drive deflected by Hart's stick into the crowd over the glass. Westfall with an opportunity. Coming down on Brian Glennie.
Westfall with a bit of neat stick handling, put himself in good position. Take a look at it. He gets that puck over the... Now watch that play. He's right on the wrist.
Great play.
He doesn't have that much of an angle, and Palmateer covers up.
That left leg of Mike Palmateer getting a workout. Trottier, Gillies, and Mike Bossy. 16:07 remaining in the game. The Islanders, 2 quick goals here in the third period. They lead it 4-2. Denny Potvin has one of those goals. Merrick has the other here in the third. At the Toronto line, Boya Salming, deflected by the check of Trottier. Salming gets it back at center. Sittler is driving the a finer save with that left-hand glove you'll never see. Here's Lewis. Up along right wing, Bossy trying to send in Trottier, intercepted by Salming. With McDonald to drive on the short side, but we had a whistle on the offside. Had it gone in, it would not have counted. And Resch, he just eased up, knowing that whistle had been blown.
Sittler can bomb that puck, and Resch had to be very sharp. It was sort of like that mid-save he made in the last second of the second period when Tiger Williams nearly had him beat. The other one was a little higher, but again, he had to use that mid and be very fast about it.
That one's like a cold shower in the morning. It'll wake you up. Ian Turnbull now shooting just wide over the net. Back on the Islanders. Hugh Druitt with Mason. Druitt now. Druitt with some pressure on Palmateer. Back comes Ian Turnbull. Good action end-to-end. The poke check by Dave Lewis. Puck stays right on the New York line. Players jam up. Finally, Bobby Bourne gets it. The checker is Ron Ellis. Bourne tries to move around Ellis. He can't at the Toronto line. Nystrom caught inside, offside. Face off outside the Maple Leaf blue line. Bobby Bourne with a great feed to Nystrom for an earlier goal tonight.
Frank, the last report we have is that there are 2 minutes left in the Bruin-Philly game, with the Bruins leading Philadelphia 4-3.
We've got 14:59 remaining here. Frank Daly with Stan Fischler, and the game has opened up. Hart's drive, Palmateer handles it and clears to the sideboards up on the left wing. Boutet. In the middle it goes to Weir. Right side, Ellis trying to close. Ellis clears wide of Resch. Centering pass, beautiful play by Resch, deflecting it wide. Here's Pellick and the save by Resch. Who's back out of the Chico covers it. Resch getting a workout here in the third period.
The final score is a 4-4 tie. McLeish tied it for the Flyers on a goal in the last minutes of the game.
Look at that tip by Resch. Kept in at the point. Pellick's drive, and Resch, under some pressure, decides he'll do it himself.
Frank, on the Flyers-Bruin game, the Flyers pulled their goalie, and they tied it up. McLeish scoring the tying goal, and it winds up a 4-4 tie, Philadelphia and Boston.
That game up at the Garden in Boston. Gary Howard against Boyer Salming. Salming wins the race to the puck. Merrick has to hold till Howard clears. He calls it offside. We're going to break in the action. 14:23 remaining in the game. Islanders 4, Maple Leafs 2. Face-off outside Toronto's blue line. Wayne Merrick and Darryl Sittler. Howard works with Merrick on the near side. On the right wing, it'll be Billy Harris. The defensive pairings, Jerry Hart this side. We look to the far side to Stephen Pearson. Errol Thompson is working one wing with Darryl Sittler, as is Lanny McDonald. Boyer Salming and Brian Glennie. Back defensively for Maple Leafs. Hart clears in real hard. Harris can't keep it in. Pearson does to Harris. He's tied up by Glennie along the boards. This is Lanny McDonald. On Hart. McDonald pulls the trigger, and the save by Chico Resch.
That puck was really going into orbit, and that would have gone right under the crossbar if Resch hadn't covered up neatly on that. Between Sittler and McDonald, you know, they really throw those rockets at you, and it seemed to me that Resch in a split second might not have been able to cover up, but he got there in time, and a real good save. Good shot.
Merrick over to Lewis on the faceoff. Lewis rolls the rubber up to the Toronto line. Boyer Salming handles, as he does so often during the course of a game. Merrick takes it away from Lanny McDonald. Fires it in. Lenny falls down behind the net. Crowd like that is Salmon. Sittler takes a hit from Howard. Play comes to center. Lewis to intercept. Back to Merrick. Merrick into the attacking zone. Brings it back out as he's held up by Salmon. When he feeds along the boards to Thompson. Thompson's 360s around. Finally, the rubber comes to center. Sittler and Thompson poked away by Denny Potvin to center, and that breaks up the Toronto rush. Merrick takes the shot, goes wide on the short side. Harris there to collect the rebound, centering pass, steered away by Toronto's Salming. Errol Thompson now trying to get up some speed, trying to headman it up to Errol Thompson, intercepted at the New York line by Dave Lewis. He tried to hit Harris. Harris couldn't control at the Toronto line. They call icing on the play. 13:07 remaining here at the Nassau Coliseum. Islanders 4, Maple Leafs 2.
The Islanders win tonight, they'll have 87 points. The Flyers have 81. The Flyers have a game in hand on the Islanders.
And that'll be 6 points. Is that right? Not counting that game in hand. Westfall tried to get control. He couldn't do it. Plenty of time left here, though. Price heading along the boards in his own end, trying to go rink wide to Mike Kazicki, chopped down by Boutet. Johansson. Westfall, the forechecker. Boutet along the boards against Kazicki. Gets it up to Ian Turnbull. Now Ferguson Ferguson holds against Westfall. Centers through the slot. Bouncing puck. Henning stops it. Picked up by Boutet. Boutet now feeds to Turnbull against Henning. Centering pass taken away by Islanders defenseman Jerry Hart. He caroms it out to center. Johansson works to Ian Turnbull. Good passing Maple Leafs. Trying to pull the trigger is Ferguson. He fanned on the play. Price rides him into the boards. The shot steered away and stopped by the Islander defense. Henning can't control it. Johansson gets it back for Toronto. Westfall gets a stick on it, but Turnbull back at his own line. The forechecker Kazicki under some pressure. Finally, Toronto has it, but not under full control. Westfall with some pressure forces Toronto deep. Good forechecking by the Islanders, and the crowd loves it. Westfall with Johansson right into Mike Pelletier. You won't see Westfall do that often. Kind of a cute play by the veteran Westfall. Johansson works to Boutet. Crowd yelling, Eddie, Eddie. Tiger Williams against Westfall. Westfall chases Tiger Williams out of his own zone. Crotchley came up and rode Williams right up the puck at the Toronto line. Crowd loving every minute of it. Gillies tied up along the boards. Jones shoots it in. Taken away by Denny. Denny with the deke on the left. Trying to send in Basse. Basse pulled down by Brian Glennie. No penalty. Back comes Toronto. Ron Ellis pinned along the boards. Lewis keeps it in. Bouncing puck through the crease. Steered away by Salming. Back comes Toronto. Here's Ellis. Ellis now for Toronto. To Salming. Trying to swing around Lewis. Lewis pins him down. Lewis takes charge. Jones with it. Flips back into the New York end. Potvin winning it. The race is Tiger Williams. Turnaround shot blocked by Lewis. Lewis cups it up between his knees for the faceoff.
Wicks isn't calling anything. Frank could have called one on either end, one on Glennie, and then another one on Dave Lewis, but he's letting him play hockey. And if the Islanders keep checking the way they were in the last couple of minutes, they'll be okay. The bad news flashed. Rick McLeish tying that game in Boston. It's a 4-4 tie. The Flyers coming from behind, but the Islanders, if they win, will have 87 points, which at the moment will be the second best point record in the league, which will be a factor when the pairings are decided at the end of the season. If the Islanders can hold first place, they get that important bye. All first place teams will get a bye.
Westfall is out there to take this very important face-off deep in the Islanders zone. He works with Clark Gillies and Brian Trottier. A lot of times Al Arbor will throw out the veteran Westfall, who's the good face-off man, like that. Defenseman Jerry Hart. McDonald knocked Westfall into the cage. McDonald, the forechecker. Westfall up on the near wing. Clears it out to center. Salming beats Gillies to it. Back up the line, Brian Glennie. 10:30 remaining in the game. Pearson finally gets control of the loose rubber and gives it over to Hart. He looks in the middle, trying to make the play. Bouncing puck up at center ice along the near boards. And it's grabbed by Clark Gillies in his jersey. We're going to break in the action. 10:21 remaining here at the Nassau Coliseum. New York 4, Toronto 2. Jerry Hart deals it over to Pearson. Blocked by Tiger Williams. Pearson gets it back. Forced back deep in his own end to Hart. Up along the boards to Gillies. Toronto checking very close still. Trottier has some trouble controlling. Decides to clear it in. Plenty off to Salming. Salming now up to Lonnie McDonald, shading the right wing into the attacking zone. The trailer is simply the quick shot taken in on Resch. He handles with the stick. Loose puck to the side of Resch. Here's Hart trying to clear around the dasher. He does up to Clark Gillies too far. Comes to center. And picked off at his own line by Boya Salming. Lonnie McDonald, the threat, number 7, works on the off wing against Stephen Pearson. Puck rolls behind Resch. The release comes up to the rookie Bosley, 22. He overskates it. Potvin comes up with it, trying to come out of traffic. Can't do it under some Toronto pressure. Bosley, though, works now with Gillies and Trottier. Bosley across the attacking zone. Tries to go rink wide to the streaking Bobby Bourne. The pass goes behind him. Tiger Williams takes a hit from Bobby Bourne. Slowing down is Denny Potvin. No call on the play. Back come Maple Leafs, trailing 4-2. 9:12 remaining at center. Boya Salming trying to feed Ian Turnbull. He overskates the puck. And Bobby Bourne with it. Bourne gets around Sittler, feeds to Trottier, give and go back to Bourne in the attacking zone. Boyer Selming trips up Bobby Bourne, but the linesman says, or the official says, no call.
You're going to have to take a head off before he calls a penalty the way this game is going, Frank.
Here's Bourne now, looks ahead, trying to send in Nystrom. Nystrom on Pelech. Nystrom cuts to the slot, still controls. Pelech finally gets a stick on it and fires over the Toronto bench. So with 8:40 left in the hockey game, the Islanders leading 4-2 over the Maple Leafs, and Ron Wicks simply doesn't seem to be calling any penalties, and there's a situation where Boyer Selming used the stick. Bourne went down, and Wicks didn't call it. The Leafs appear to be very happy to get that face-off there, but Wicks says no, and play continues. We're going to find more and more of the Maple Leaf strategy centering around Lanny McDonald, Boyer Selming, and no doubt they're going to double-team McDonald. They're going to use a lot of Sittler. They're down 4-2. There's 8:16 left in the hockey game, and the Maple Leafs need the big guns now. They have not been getting much hockey out of their second and third liners. So the face-off in deep Islander zone, 8:16 left. 4-2 Islanders over the Maple Leafs. Price behind the net for the Islanders, trying to get it out. Westfall to Drouin. The Leafs keep it in. Resch moves out of the net. Price was out of position. 8:02 left in the hockey game. The Islanders 4, the Maple Leafs 2. Left face-off in deep Islander zone. Price behind the net, looking for an opening. He finds Bourne. Westfall, watch Westfall on the right. Watch Westfall, he's trying to get in there before the Leafs. He does, he centers it out. No Islander could get that centering pass. Nice move by Westfall. The Islanders do not want to go into a cocoon if they can help it. They want to take this 2-goal lead and press the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are a good come-from-behind club. Howard, nice forechecking. Here comes Valachetti. Cannot hold on to the pass. It goes to Price. To Hart. Hart moves it along the boards. He wanted to hit Howard with that pass. Went offside. 7:08 left. The Islanders nursing a 4-2 lead. They have to be careful of Ron Ellis, number 6. They have to watch the big guns. Jack Valaquette can fire that puck. 7:08 left. Islanders 4, Maple Leafs 2. Howard yanks. Bob Bourne moves in at left wing. Drouin taking the face-off. Nystrom on the right side. The Islanders send it into Maple Leaf zone. Selming, 21. He's rushed and gets off a bad pass. Potvin shoots. Palmateer was screened. He never saw it. Lewis along the boards. Looked like Nystrom and Palmateer might have been having a little do there. Wally Chester.
Stan Palmateer's been he's picking up, stealing a page there out of Billy Smith's book, because he's had the stick out a couple of times tonight. He a little earlier he had a thing going with Eddie Westfall of all players.
Well,
he gave
me.
Westfall the stick just before this, a little earlier in the period.
Of course, Westfall has been bothering him with a couple of good shots. In fact, Eddie had that nice wrist shot from the left side. I thought he might have had that right corner, but Palmateer made a nice save.
Eddie made a great move on Brian Glennie. He came down and gave him a little look to the outside and then cut on the inside for him, Stan. It was a great move.
6:48 left. Islanders 4, Maple Leafs 2. Salming again. He's getting a lot of ice as usual. He's going to look for McDonald to Sittler. Here come the Leafs. Salming to Sittler. To McDonald. He's got a good shot. You got to watch him. He tries to pass. Good cover up by Trottier, but Trottier cannot get it out. Lewis behind the boards. The Leafs are forechecking very well. Williams going in there. Foul ball, and Ron Ricks got belted that time. Ricks really has called a very loose game in the third period, Hawley, for both teams.
Well, Stan, I think he just wants to let them play it out. I mean, it hasn't been that smoothly played game. And we're going to see it again. There's Tiger going in the corner, and he just get tied up with Dave Lewis. Nothing to it. Wixie gets a little jolt. The fans are happy about that. Wixie's never been a big favorite here in the Coliseum, Sam. Let's face it.
Yes, I remember one of the reasons why was a playoff game with the Rangers, that first Islander playoff year. It was the second game of the playoff.
Set a record. Most penalty minutes. Most minor penalty minutes,
sure. He earned the wrath of many Nassau fans.
Oh, yeah. That's a game that will live in infamy around here.
Fortunately,
the next,
there was a third.
Oh, those 2 out of 3s. Those rubber matches. You love them.
Okay, 6:19 left. Islanders 4, Maple Leafs 2. The Leafs get it. Salming shot. Oh, a good save by Resch. Salming got off that shot. Resch trapped it.
Stan, I don't know if it was tipped, but it took about a foot dip. We're going to get a chance to look at it. Westfall loses the draw, and he shoots. I think it was deflected by an Islander defenseman. It could have been Jerry Hart. I think Hardy got just a little piece of it.
6:16 left. Another face-off deep Islander zone. The Leafs shoot. He scores! Looked like it was Ellis.
2 face-offs, Stan. 2 big face-offs. The second time was golden for him. Watch this. Watch Sittler on the draw. And Ellis, he's got his stick back, just cocked, ready for it. And it's going to hit a post. I think it's going to hit far post. There it is, left post, right in.
Ellis assisted by number 27, Darryl Sittler. Time of the goal, 13:46. Ellis is 23rd of the season. Sittler, 13.
Stan, there's a lot of time left in this hockey game. Islanders can't afford to just go into a shell here.
Sittler line now on the ice, and you got to watch him. They're using Valaket on left wing for a change. Harris gets it out. Howard to Hart. Islanders have to be careful, but not too careful. Hart to Pearson to Merritt. Howard trying to get that puck on the left side. Palmateer there before him. Merrick centers it out. Nobody there to get it. The Leafs coming back. Nice play by Billy Harris. Poke checking him. Merrick. A shot went over the net. Howard trying to keep it in. He rams Ron Ellis. Turnbull's got a good shot. He passes off to Valaket. Oh, a close one. Just cleared in time. Looked like Resch missed that. Howard at the blue line. Harris busting in. Harris shoots. Oh, it was deflected. A nice pass on Harris again. Centers. Shot. Druin almost had it. Nice play by Druin. Leafs coming back. Sittler, the captain. He's with Valaket. He's coming over the line. He passes it to Valaket. Valaket can't get it. Potvin clears. A lot of pressure on the Islanders now. Salming sends it right back in. Rest deflects it in the corner. Nystrom to Lewis. Lewis back to Potvin. Back to Lewis. Deliberately, the Islanders try to get it out, but the Leafs keep it in. Salming, excellent pressure by the Maple Leafs. They're checking well at the point. The Islanders get it out. Glennie this time puts it in the left corner. Potvin behind for the Islanders. Intercepted. Williams, a shot by Lanny McDonald. Almost had the right corner. Good covering by Resch. Leafs putting on the pressure. Bourne takes a pass and Potvin on the left. He's busting in. He shoots it wide to the right. Potvin puts it in the corner. Bourne trying to get that puck. Bourne to Nystrom. Nystrom behind. Drouin in front. Nystrom behind. Drouin has it. Drouin to Bourne. To Hahn. Hahn shoots. A screen shot. Palmateer didn't see the puck.
Geez, I think it deflected off Nystrom, and he never even saw it. Nystrom was parked right in front, Stan. Palmateer was looking to the left, and I think the puck went over his right shoulder. Islanders worked it around very well, and they were actually kind of smart, Stan. If they gambled in tight, we're going to see it again. Oh, we're going to get a chance to look at that play in the Islanders' end. Watch Lanny McDonald get this and just turn and snap it. He wasn't looking. He's just going to try and slip it under him. Good play. McDonald can get it off. He's got a great quick release, Stan. He's got that little snapshot, and he was just turning and snapping it right there.
We got 3:37 left in this hockey game. The Islanders nursing a 4-3 lead. The Leafs have been putting on the pressure. Hahn at center. He puts it in the corner. There's an offside called on the play. The Islanders do not want to be too cozy. They want to try to forecheck the Leafs as much as possible.
Well, see, there's a good shot at Billy Harris. Played very well on the line with Wayne Merrick. They've had a lot of great chances tonight. Of course, Merrick popped in that third goal. That was the go-ahead goal, and that was a big one. And Harry set him up. Harris is a little bit steaming about this. They're not calling it. They're calling it offside, but they're taking the face-off at center ice. And Harry didn't think that's fair.
3:33 left. The Islanders 4, the Maple Leafs 3. The Maple Leafs get it into deep Islander zone. Hart going back on the backhand. He's trying to get it out. Harris fails to get it out, but Howard succeeds, and it's back to center ice. The Leafs coming back again. There's a shot deflected. Boutet going around the net. Boutet for the Leafs. Oh, a shot just wide. The Leafs putting on great pressure now. Howard trying to get that puck. Price and Boutet. The Leafs putting on tremendous pressure. Resch covers up, and there's a whistle. 2:57 left. The Islanders 4, the Leafs 3.
Things get a little hairy in your own end of the ice. There's about under 3 minutes left to go in the game when you're trying to protect that 1-goal lead. We're going to see it again. Now, Price is trying to tie up, I think it's Boutet, but he doesn't want to take the penalty, and he's behind him. Boutet has good position on him. Price, he just kind of slows him up a little bit. Wicks is going to call the penalty here, and now you got to be careful, because if it's a good scoring opportunity, the referee has to make the call.
Maple Leafs coach Roger Nielsen has the big guns out. 2:57 left.
Dan, they got this face-off little duel right here. It's Sittler and Westfall, and that was the goal just a few minutes ago. Sittler's won a lot of face-offs tonight from the Islanders. That's one of the reasons Westfall's been taking them from Trottier.
The puck is dropped. Price backhands it, and he gets it out, but it's waved off. No icing. Sarming back for the Leafs. Trottier in the corner to Gillies. Gillies tied up. Bossy taken out of the play by Sittler. Glennie for the Leafs. He's got McDonald and Sittler. They're moving in. There's a shot. Oh! Resch covers up in time. The Islanders break out, but a bad pass. Here come the Leafs. 2-on-1. A pass in front of the net. Shot. Oh, my Resch. The Leafs had a 2-on-1.
Lanny McDonald was going to take the shot, and I think that hesitation hurt him a little bit. This is the play before that. Now, Pat Price carries it out. Good play here, but his pass to Trottier gets a little ahead. Leafs got a 3-on-1. McDonald was going to shoot, but he realizes he's got the chance for the pass in the front. It's just in his skates. Resch makes the stop. He's down. Darryl Thompson is going to think about that one for a little while, Stan. He was trying to get the puck up. He knew Resch was going down. He had the pass in his skates a little bit, so he knew Chico was going to have to make a move.
2:18 left, 4-3 Islanders. The Leafs get the face-off. Sarming in position, and Resch plucks that one. A good shot by Sarming, only about 1.5 inches off the ice.
Eddie Westfall is really hot, Stan, because Randy Minton, the linesman's been dropping the puck, and I don't know what he's doing, whether he's bouncing it, but Sittler's owns Westfall, and Westfall's too sharp. But he turned around and he gave the linesman a little bit right there.
Every face-off important now, 2:13.
Look at Westfall. he can't believe it. He's finally getting waved. Now Trotier's giving Minton a little bit. Westfall is hot.
Here we go. The face-off. Lewis gets it for the Islanders behind the net. Up to Westfall. Westfall gets it out. Lewis put into the board. The Leafs clear it down the ice, and this looks like it's going to be an icing. Dennis Potvin touches it. 1:54 left. The face-off in deep Maple Leaf zone.
A little stop for the fans here, Stan. There are a few fans that may have left early. At 4-2, it looked kind of easy. Islanders were in control. But a game against Leafs, a team that is pretty explosive when you have the offensive talent of an Ellison, Thompson, Sittler, and McDonald, and Boyer Salmon to quarterback it. They can pick up a goal anytime. They're a very explosive hockey club.
Okay, 1:54 left. Brian Trottier taking that face-off. The line is Trottier at center, Gillies left, Eddie Westfall on the right side for defensive purposes. Dennis Potvin on right defense, Dave Lewis on the left. The Leafs move out. It's Salming on the right side at center. He backhands it into the corner. Dennis Potvin going in there with Westfall. Westfall was charged by Williams. The Islanders going to have to settle for the face-off again in deep Islander zone. This time 1:40 left, a 4-3 lead for the Islanders.
Stan, you don't mind taking a face-off in a play like this because they're just dumping it in. They're trying to force the Islanders into a mistake in their own end. Westfall just kind of wisely tied it up. Here's Jimmy Jones. You'd wonder why a checker, a guy who's a penalty killer, would be out in a situation like that. But he's doing the job he wanted, which is to tie it up, to get the face-off. Leafs end, get Sittler a little bit of a rest. He's back out there now. Tiger Williams, you got Salming, and you got Turnbull. Both point men, Turnbull and Salming, are shooters. They can put the puck in the net. And Sittler, of course, is having a great night, or a great third period in particular, on face-offs.
So 1:40 left. The Islanders nursing a 4-3 lead, the face-off. Deep Islander zone. There's a scramble. Harris gets a piece of it. With Potvin over the line. Potvin moves it behind. Right in front. Harris shoots. Oh! Saved by Bombardier on Harris. Harris has it again to Westfall. To Merrick. To Lewis. He shoots. It's blocked by Salming on defense. Islanders trying to pressure the Maple Leafs. Here comes Salming. He's hit by Harris. The Leafs moving out now. Here they come. Tiger Williams sends it in. A minute left in the hockey game. The Islanders leading by one. A bad pass by Potvin. The Leafs have it. It's a centering. Potvin trying to move it out, and he gets it out. The Leaf net is open. Salming at center for the Leafs. Sittler trying to move in. The net is empty. Oh, Rush gives it away, but the Leafs can't capitalize, and the face-off is going to be in the corner. With 36 seconds left in the hockey game, the Leaf net is open. The face-off in deep Islander zone.
This is just what separates the men from the boys, Stanley, right here. 36 seconds. Chico goes out of the net. He's shaking his head because he didn't have a look before he left, and he didn't realize that there was a Leaf coming around, and it was Tiger Williams coming around, I think, the left-hand side. Either Williams or McDonald, and Chico almost put it right on his stick into the empty net. We've had one of those already earlier in the first period. There's Roger Nielsen, a heck of a coach. He's done a super job with his club. Was a good defensive coach. He was a heck of a junior coach. I'm sure that he's going to have a very long career in the National Hockey League as a coach, Stanley. I'm impressed with the way his club works.
Paulie, the Islanders now 5 skaters. The Maple Leafs have 6. The Toronto net is open. Eddie Westfall is going to take that face-off for the Islanders against Darryl Sittler, the Leaf captain. 36 seconds left. The Islanders 4, the Leafs 3.
McDonald is cheating on the face-off over there. Brooks is going to have to do over. McDonald he's just hoping that if Sittler doesn't get the draw, then at least the puck's right there and he'll just go after it and blast it. Hey, there's a guy who has saved a lot of goals this year, number 8 for the Islanders, Stan. Howard makes a play on Sittler as the puck comes across.
Howard didn't seem to know for the moment whether he should try to golf it or not.
Now you take the man in that situation. If Sittler had shot, well then you got to go. You got to try to block it.
24 seconds left. The Islanders 4, the Maple Leafs 3. Another face-off in deep Islander zone. Again, Westfall against Sittler. The puck is dropped. It goes to the Leafs. McDonald moves it behind the net. Dennis Potvin in the corner. He tries to get it out. Salmon gets it. It's blocked. The Leafs coming in close. A shot over the net. McDonald behind. It's taken by Merritt. He tries to get it out. He can't get it out. The Leafs still pressing. A tremendous amount of pressure. The Islanders can't seem to get that.
4 seconds, Stan, and the Leafs got away with a couple of plays right there. A hand pass that should have been called. Wicks just let that one go.
Paulie Merrick seemed to take his time. He was looking for an opening. He lifted the puck, but he couldn't find the opening. And so with 4 seconds left, the Islanders are very, very close, but you can get a shot off with 4 seconds left. So the face-off is so important.
It's a long 4 seconds, Stan. I think Wayne was just trying to do what I think he was just trying to flip it out into the zone. You don't want to ice it, of course, because then you're going to give him another chance for a face-off down here. If he gets it out into center ice, get a little chance to regroup, stand up at the blue line, and block him, force him from coming in.
So the face-off between Westfall and Sittler again. The crowd chanting Eddie, and that's for Eddie Westfall.
This is crash and bang time. Everybody goes to the net. The puck tries to go back to McDonald, who's the lone man back there, and he's just going to blast it. Everybody goes to the net and just try to carry it in with him if they have to.
Here we go. 4 seconds left. Westfall against Sittler. The puck is dropped. There's a scramble. It goes to McDonald. He shoots. It's blocked. 4-3. Islanders 4. Maple Leafs 3. A tremendous finish.
A little weak need, but they hung on, and that's what it's all about, Stanley.
If they go down to defeat here tonight, it'll be the 9th time this season that they have lost at home. Trailing 3-1 as the Whalers come out of their own zone. The play broken up. Trottier gave it to Potvin. Potvin past the blue line. The Islander captain looks for some help. His shot was knocked out of the air and cleared by Vulcan. Gillies will recover it with center ice. Gillies across to McEwen. Back to Gillies. Puck out of his reach. Gillies races in after it. Lacroix will get there first. That's icing against the New York Islanders.
2:20 remaining, Jigs, here in the third period. The Islanders now have to be hoping and playing to try and get a tie.
We just had a look at the Hartford bench. They have Francis in to take the face-off against Bourne. On Francis' check, puck went to Helene. He, Gillies, and Bourne move up into the center ice area. The Whalers able to control the puck. They got it back to Francis. Puts it in over the line, brought back by Bourne. Bourne across the blue line, gave it to Gillies. Gillies shot was knocked out of the air. Bourne kicks it back in the net. There's Helene. That's Helene trying to center. Split one check from cutting a backhander. Can't stuff it under the right pad of Greg Miller. The Whalers clear it to the line. Brought back in by Langevin, and offside is called. 1:51 left in this hockey game. And the Whalers with a 2-goal lead on the verge of winning for the first time ever at the Nassau Coliseum.
You know, the talk, Jigs, on the bench has got to be, get it out of our end. Don't leave it up to the goaltender to try and hold off the New York Islanders. They can score 2 goals in 1 minute and 51 seconds. Billy Smith moving on over to the... Roland Melanson is going into the net. Shades of Pittsburgh, 3-1 playoffs last year. Is it going to give time now for Millen to think about it and the Hartford Whalers? It worked before. Try it again. Al Arbour is going to send Roland Melanson. It appears he's out on the ice. He's got his stick. He's waiting for his helmet and mask, which are going to come out of the dressing room.
18:09 of the third period. Now Melanson is on the bench without his helmet and mask, so they've gone to get that. But he'll get the time for a warm-up here, which gives Al Arbour a chance to think things out, and as you pointed out, gives Millen a chance to think as well.
Well, it's an old ploy. It's like, what are we doing here? The talk on the bench has to be, we've got 1 minute and 51 seconds. Do you want to throw that, what we've worked so hard all game long, do you want to throw that away by letting the Islanders bring the puck to us? And, of course, everybody's thinking about it, and that's what Al Arbour wants. But Hartford Whalers, I don't think will fall prey to what the Pittsburgh Penguins. First of all, there's no overtime, so you know that they can't. Hockey game, there's not enough time won in Hartford. I'm sure will not fall for the old boy as we sit back and watch. No.
They're trying to get an extra man on the ice. They tried to get Roland Melanson to the bench for Bob Bourne. Here's Potvin with the shot. Good save by Greg Millen. And now the Islander goal is empty. They go with the extra man. Vulcan takes a look at the empty net. Failed to clear it out of there. Bob Bourne tied up in the left wing boards. Trache got the puck loose. Back to Bourne. Still tied up. Trache to Potvin. In front to Bossy, and it went off his stick. Mike Bossy put it out in front. Trache's shot blocked by Vulcan, and it ends up in the right wing corner. The Whalers fail to clear it out. Here's Bossy, and his shot was blocked by Vulcan. Potvin moves in front of the net. Potvin's drive will fly. Bob Bourne tries to center. Does he score? Trache at the side of the net with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. 1 goal difference.
What Hartford tried to do, Jake, they should have more sense. They're trying to score a goal from behind their own goal line. Instead of rifling the puck off the boards on an angle and getting it out of their end, twice they had the puck. Right here, they've got the puck, and what do they try to do? They try to shoot it down the ice at the goal. It's broken up. Bossy's play broken up by Vulcan, number 4. Potvin quickly moved in smart, keep the puck in. His shot missed the net. And now, of course, the Islanders gang in front of the net. John Tonelli's shot stopped again by Millen, and the rebound is knocked in by Brian Trache. As we look again, there's Trache taking a shot. Hartford clear the puck. Blaine Stoughton, if anybody with the puck should know what to do, he should either freeze the puck or he should have bounced it off the opposite boards out into center ice, and the mistakes mounted up, and they caught up with Hartford as Potvin missed the net. Bourne put it back out in front. There's a shot by Bossy, stopped by Millen. Look at the traffic in front of him, and he made the save anyway, and the rebound put in by Brian Trache. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining in the game.
Now, Al Arbour has left Melanson on the bench, has left Bill Smith on the bench. Bob Bourne has dropped deep in front of the Islander goal. Potvin and Persson on defense. Trache, Tonelli, and Bossy up front. 3-2, 1 minute and 5 seconds left, and the Islanders got the draw. Potvin to Bossy. Shot in around the boards. Every man for the Islanders moves in deep in the Hartford zone. Tonelli in around the boards for Trache. Checked by Francis. Francis can't freeze the puck. Tonelli comes to the side of the net. Bossy centered. It's tipped. Silterton brings it up for Hartford. Is checked by Potvin. Is Job in front of it. Now it comes out over the line, and Trache takes over at center ice. Gave it to Persson. Around the boards it goes with 37 seconds left. Millen clears it. That hit Tonelli. Comes back to Potvin. Potvin. His shot blocked by Silterton, and the Whalers have shot it down into the Islanders zone. Not enough steam to get over the goal line. Potvin around to Persson. Quickly to Bossy on right wing. Trache moves up. Takes the pass. Shot it around the boards in the Hartford end of the ice with 16 seconds left. There's Millen trying to clear it. It hit Bourne. Bourne into the corner. Tonelli out in front. Persson found on the shot. And the Whalers move up with Potvin back. A loose puck, and they'll put it into an empty net right here. Outside. No,
Mark Johnson gets his hat trick as the Hartford Whalers score in the empty net with 3 seconds remaining. The Islanders put on quite a show trying to tie the score. They got one from Trache, but they could not get the other one. And Mark Johnson gets his 3rd goal of the game. Millen went out of the net. He was the guy again, Jake. 3 times he went out of the net, picked the puck up behind his net, and cleared it to either his winger or his defenseman. He handled the puck well. He should get an assist. I wonder, did he get one? We'll have to listen. He didn't? He should.
Unassisted. Johnson unassisted. His hat trick completed at 1957, and there's the horn. The Hartford Whalers have defeated the Islanders here at the Nassau Coliseum for the...
Back from the faceoff, that's going to finish it up. The Flyers survive a 3-minute power play chance for the New York Islanders with some good effective penalty killing and outstanding goaltending by Bernie Perron. Marshall over center ice shoots it in. Perron cuts it off. Here's a fight at center ice.
Price and Kindrachuk, they were swinging at each other, coming up the ice, and you knew this was going to break, Tim. They had their sticks going at each other, and D'Amico started to go step between them. Before he could, they got in there.
Price has got to think twice about throwing punches against that helmet, though. Now he's got it off. That's how you can break a finger or a hand. Now the linesmen are there to get them separated before any further action ensues.
I often wonder with Kindrachuk when he gets into something like that, he's studying to be an optometrist, and he needs those hands. Price is holding his right hand.